And I am recording again. I was going to do Wham Show because Wham Show is probably one of my personal favourites. But I decided we're going for Ghost Roaster. And yes, I have a hat on for some reason because I forgot to take it off, and I don't think you can take it off unless you reset. Ghost Roaster. So, characters like Ghost Roaster, Terrafin, Slam Bam, and Sunburn are going to get like huge like issues with me straight away because I can't remember the pack which day was came in. You could only get these guys in map packs. So basically, to get this guy, you had to like your average Skylander was I think £6 to £8 or something like that in the UK. This guy, I think it was you had to pay anywhere between I think it was 15 or 25, and you'd essentially get a little magic item that'll help you, a new level, and the Skylander. So this Skylander costs like double the Sky like. These 4 Skylanders cost double what the other ones would. So this, you think obviously these Skylanders that cost so much, they'd be like a lot better, and you'd be well. I don't know. I guess you'd be wrong and right. Some of them are, some of them aren't. I was never a fan of the map pack Skylanders. To be fair, like I like Ghost Roaster. I don't mind him. He's not my personal favourite. He's another character which I traded with a friend, and I used him. I was like, he's alright. It's only like recently I sort of like appreciate him a bit more. He's definitely a lot better in the other games because in this one's real annoying because when he makes connection he sort of stops. Like he stops with like that when he does that weird little stop. It's kind of annoying. Didn't seem to do it in the other ones. At least I don't remember him doing it in the other ones. Come on. There you go, I'm gonna just spam this way. I only went down with thingy one because he gets 50 health per thingy. To be fair, his chain whip already does quite a lot of damage. He's laughing at me, killing his friend. Harsh. I love another squeak when you kill him. I think it's great. Just walk around, just whipping them with your tail. So that's, you know, I didn't use this other ability because it's very rare you need to use that. So, let's talk about his ability. So he's got a chain whip. He swings his chain at people and it deals some decent damage, you know, it's not bad. Then he's got his skull charge. This is, yeah, barrels through enemies, but then for some reason in this game it stops. Like in the other one I'm pretty sure you can like, when you collide with an enemy you keep dealing damage until it's over or until you move away. In this one you kind of stop. So it's a lot worse in this one than it was in the old ones. Then there's the pain chain which whip attacks do even more damage, which you know is fine. His chain damage is high damage anyway. The skull charge attack lasts longer, which is useful for getting around and you know, damaging more enemies, so that's fine. So again, good ability, good upgrade, fine upgrade. ECTOPLASM mode. So this is a really strong ability, like in terms of like timing. Like this can be like a really good because essentially he loses a bit of health over time while doing it, but he becomes completely. He moves slower, becomes completely invincible, and gradually loses health. And he only loses, I think, it's about 5 health a second or something like that. Not a bad ability. It's not great by all any means, but it gets you out. It can get you out of trouble quite easily. Defeating anyone with a chain whip turns him into a ghost that attacks other enemies. This is quite good. Like this is a decent ability. This because obviously it kind of adds like your skull you can really use to get away and engage, and you can start whipping them up. And then the more enemies you kill with a whip, the more ghosts just spawn. Therefore, the more damage you're dealing. And then if you get an attack, you can use your ECTOPLASM mode and then let your ghosts finish things off. So let's talk about this. Oh no, we're going to talk about that next round. I almost forgot about that. So. The ghosts aren't bad, obviously they only hit for like 15 damage, but that's still not bad. It's a shame you can't hit more than one enemy with that.
Looks like the sheep have finally risen up and come to take what's theirs.
Can you believe we used to fight against the Skylanders broccoli guy?
Yeah, and looking back in retrospect, what were we thinking?
Okay, I just kind of pushed him off the edge. I didn't even know he could do it. See? Useful.
Broccoli guy feels your pain right there, Skylander. I mean,
Yeah, you can use it like enemies like him who take ages to charge up an ability. You can literally just like cheese it completely. Like a lot of the enemies in this cheese like, so I can eat these quickly. So yeah, you look.
okay, it's just some fearless feedback. The Skylanders should probably try to not get
So yeah, you lose a fair amount of HP for doing it now. Back in the other game, you didn't seem to lose that much. Well, at least it didn't feel like anyway. So you just spam this, is ridiculous. I don't think his other path helps his... I don't think his other path helps his whip, I think it just helps his ectoplasm mode. Whip, 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 whip. But yeah, this... I was expecting all these Skylanders to probably be like ridiculously overpowered back in the day, thinking, oh well, I paid almost double the price. You'd pay double the price to get a hold of these guys. Like, you've got to think they're gonna be good. This is like these were like the first DLCs I bought like for any type of game ever. I was like, oh, well, why does this one cost more? Is he like a lot better or something? I was like, no, it's because you can only get him in these bundles. And it really annoyed me that Toys for Bob did that. Obviously, they did it for reasons, but it annoyed me that certain Skylanders were only available in bundles. I'm pretty sure you can get like different variants of Ghost Roaster now, but it's just annoying. Kind of just corporate greed, to be fair. So, we're going to talk about the one that didn't go down. So his Phase Shipper. All nearby enemies take damage while he enters his ectoplasm mode. But that's while he enters his ectoplasm mode. So basically you do like a tiny bit of damage when just going into it. So, you know, again, kind of a useless. While in ectoplasm, Ghost Roaster moves faster and loses less health over time. So basically it just makes his ectoplasm move faster and, you know, lose less health. Touching a ghost while in ectoplasm mode creates a powerful explosion. Kind of pointless because when you're really whip shotting something and then going into ectoplasm mode, you're not. This skill tree to me is useless. I don't think this skill tree's got any use at all. Like, you're sacrificing so much damage because your skull thing doesn't do that. Like, that starts off straight away. Your skull bite does increase damage. You're sacrificing so much damage and so much sustain just to deal a tiny bit of damage when going into thingy, move it a bit quicker and thingy. It's just, that's a terrible skill tree. I would never go down that one personally. If I got another Ghost Roaster, I'd go down it again. Like the last time I went down this skill tree, I was like, wow, this is bad, like really bad. And then this skill tree, you know, you're doing increased damage, which is fine. Defeating any other skull creates a ghost, which again really good because that way you can create them with your whip and you can create them with your thingy. But the thing is, once you kill it, and then there's this like devouring a ghost while doing skull tracks. Here's your 50. When you combo that with that, like if you're almost dead and you mow into a bunch of chompers, not only are you killing the chompers and spawning a ghost, you're also healing 50 per chompy. And then basically, his soul gem was ghosts have bigger attack range and knock enemies away, which is a good ability. Like, because essentially you're placing traps. Was he worth the money that you paid? Like, would I say is he worth the money that you paid for him? Like, you know, because you had to get him with a skill thing, like not a skill thing. What am I about? With the map. No, it wasn't worth. I'd say, had he been a normal Skylander and wasn't available via only being able to get the Dark Crypt edition, like the Dark Crypt expansion, I'd have said yeah, he's probably like a really decent Skylander, but having to pay extra for him, I just don't think is worth it personally. Don't make him a bad Skylander at all. I just, when I was expecting to pay double for a Skylander, I was expecting the Skylander to be like, I was expecting both of the Skylanders. Thingies to be good. Like, they should have just left his ectoplasm alone and give him another skill tree evolving around his whip. Like, maybe one his whip deals increased damage. I'm not a fan of charge attacks, but they could have given him a charge where he does like a sweep, and then one of them could be like whipping an enemy, does bleed damage or something, cause him to take damage over time. Like, that'd have been fine by me. Oops.
Different game. Never mind.
cheeky level 19. Don't mind if I do. Yeah, he's worth like the normal price of a Skylander, but the extra, like the double price, no, just no. Like, I have this issue with Slam Bam as well. Like, a lot of people love Slam Bam, and I don't mind him, but I don't like him either. Like, Terrafin, I don't mind. Like, I like Terrafin. I think the one that I played the least of Sunburn, because Sunburn didn't come out till like Almost Giants was released. Like, because they brought them out in like sort of waves. Like the first DLC to come out was the Pirate Seas, which came out near enough straight away, like when Skylanders released itself. Then it was, pretty sure it was a Slam Bam DLC, then this one. Then they brought the Sunburn one last. From what I can remember anyway. Oh god.
Okay, it's just some fearless feedback. The Skylanders should probably try to not get hit so much.
So you can literally just sit here whipping them.
Exactly the kind of thing that makes me glad I am not fighting the Skylanders anymore.
I like him, I do really like him, and it sucks that like one of his skill trees is like completely useless.
I kinda saw that one coming. I mean, the Skylanders, they pretty much always win, right?
They are definitely on a hot streak, and Chill Bill knows a thing or two about hot streaks, even though I am mostly associated with the cold.
I don't know, I think if you just get him in a normal bundle, then yes, he's definitely like worth the money. But because you could only get him in like from what I know anyway, for the first game you could only get him in, you could only get him from the Dark Light Crypts bundle. Personally, to me, that's a problem. But talking rank wise, like, he's a hard one to rank because it'd have been so much better had he had a whip chain like path instead of the ectoplasm one. And I'm gonna give him a 2.5 because he's not as difficult to play as Prison Break, but there's only really one way to be like, going this way just never seems viable to me. I don't really seem to do anything in this one at all. So it's kind of boring, like you can only really go down one skill tree for him. So that's got to be it for Ghost Roaster, I think. His design's pretty cool, like I don't mind his design, minus the Santa hat, which doesn't really fit him, but you know. But thanks for watching. I highly doubt anyone agrees, because I know that a few people do like this fella, but personally for me, it's just not my type of Skylander. Thanks for watching. The next one we'll probably be doing Drobot or Whamshell. Thank you.